Okay, so I will be using my Ninja blender to help me make this pineapple and mango dip. It's very simple. So I went ahead and put it in my cup, and I'm gonna put it on here. I love using this Ninja blender because it has this function called Blend Sense. What it does is that it simplifies my life. It makes things so much easier for me. Even though it has all these different various modes on there, as you can see, manual, Blend Sense, mode, pulse, I don't worry about it because it has this feature where it breaks down the ingredients for me. So all I'm going to do, turn it on, hit start. As you can see, it's already on Blend Sense, and it's doing the job for me. Hello guys, I'm getting ready to make some chicken strips with my homemade pineapple and mango dip. And my boys are home, it's summer break, and they're always hungry. So today what I'm making for them is chicken strips with my homemade dip. For my chicken strips here, I went ahead and got my chicken breasts and sliced them up and washed them already. The way I cut them is they're not too thin, but it's chunky enough so you can have a nice bite. My seasoning are usually very basic. I don't believe in using a lot of seasoning on my chicken strips. So the only thing I will be using here is ground masala, which is optional. And I just like the flavor that it gives. And I'm using a little bit of black pepper, salt, onion powder, and this is cayenne pepper. I'm going to dump all of my seasoning on my chicken. My onion powder is being stubborn, so there we go. Yep, that's it. Next, I also, usually when I'm making my chicken strips, I get some flour, and the same seasoning that I put on my chicken, I have that here in my flour. I already went ahead and shake it up, but I did add parsley and Italian seasoning in here as well. Then I seal it and shake, shake, shake. Just to make sure all my seasoning is well combined. Lastly, to me, this step here is very important when making chicken strips because it makes it really nice and crunchy. So I have my eggs. I'm using 2 eggs that I will be, let me first mix it up. This is very important. I've tried making chicken strips without the eggs and the results are not the same. So if you want that nice crunch, you can go ahead and dip it in eggs and then in your flour. Okay, so now I've showed you guys what I'm using to make my chicken strips. Now let's move on to my pineapple and mango sauce. Okay, very simple ingredients to make my pineapple and mango dip. Also sauce. My children, they call it sauce. I call it a dip. You know, like when you go out and you buy some chicken nuggets, they usually give you a sauce to go with it. So that is what I will be making today, except I will be using pineapples and mangoes. So the ingredients that I will be using for this is 1 stick of butter, some brown sugar, just a little bit of vinegar. I'm pretty sure I will not be using all of this vinegar. Then over here I have my sliced mangoes, and this is actually not the frozen mangoes. These are the fresh mangoes that I went and purchased at the store, and then I cut them up into slices. The same with my pineapple. So this is all fresh ingredients. So I have here my sliced mangoes and sliced pineapple, and I will be adding in a little bit of hot sauce. You can use whatever brand of your choice. And just to get it to thicken up a little bit, I will be using a little bit of cornstarch. And as I'm cooking it, we will see if I need to add in a little bit of ketchup or not. All right, so the first thing that I'm doing here is I'm dipping my chicken strips here in my egg. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can hear my son laughing upstairs. Oh my God, he's so loud. But here we go. Drain the excess off, throw it in my flour mixture not a mixture, but throw it into my flour. And that's that for now. So the only thing that's left is to shake it up. Okay, I think my oil is hot enough. So for me, it's very important that my strips are well coated with flour. And if it's not well coated, I'll just use my fork to get some more flour over the chicken. All right, this is looking good. As you can see, it is nicely coated in flour, and I'll put that in here. So I'm cooking my chicken strips on low heat. Not that low, but like number 2, the second number from low. And I don't want my chicken to burn. So while my chicken strips are currently cooking, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on my sauce. And as a matter of fact, I will be using my Ninja blender to help me with this. So I'm gonna get this here and dump all of that in here. It is such a hot day today. Wow. Okay, so I will be using my Ninja blender to help me make this pineapple and mango dip. It's very simple, so I went ahead and put it in my cup, and I'm gonna put it on here. I love using this Ninja blender because it has this function called Blend Sense. What it does is that it simplifies my life. It makes things so much easier for me. Even though it has all these different various modes on there, as you can see, manual, Blend Sense, mode, pulse, I don't worry about it because it has this feature where it breaks down the ingredients for me. So all I'm going to do, turn it on, hit start. As you can see, it's already on Blend Sense, and it's doing the job for me. Just in case you guys are interested in one of these blenders, I am going to add the link in the description below. Look at that. As you can see, is that it's pausing. So what it's doing is it's trying to detect if there's anything in there that needs to be broken down. So when it pauses, anything that is not broken down falls to the bottom, and then it blends it out. Okay, so my chicken strips are almost done. Actually, they're done and they're looking very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. This is my first batch. First batch is out. The thing about chicken strips or chicken breast, I should say. You know, you kind of have to keep an eye on it. You don't want to overcook it, because if you overcook it, it's going to be very hard. And you want it to be nice and moist. Cooked at the same time though. So there is 2 that I'm still going to leave in here to finish cooking, because as you can see, for me it's not brown enough. I just want it to brown up just a little bit more, so I'm going to dip that back into the oil. So this is what these are looking like. Very crunchy. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat it. Or I should say my boys cannot wait. They cannot wait. They're upstairs, and I know that they're watching the clock. They're watching the clock to see when I'm done cooking. All right, let's move on back to making our sauce. All right, so my Ninja blender here did the job for me. So let's take this off. Oh, and opened it up. You see how it smooths it out just like a sauce? That is exactly what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to move to the next step, which is to start cooking this on my stove. Guys, I forgot to hit the play button, but here what I did was I added in my butter and my sugar, and now I'm allowing the heat to melt it. This is where I am right now. I'm doing this on high heat at the moment. Okay, it's boiling. So this is where now, to be able to manage and control what's going on, I'm going to reduce the heat to low. Next, I'm going to add in my hot sauce. Not too much. It's tasting really good. So now I'm going to pour in my mango and pineapple puree. I am loving the color. It's looking really good. And you know what, guys? Because I'm from the island, we love pepper, the Scotch bonnet pepper. So I am going to use a little bit of this in there. This is completely optional. This is just for me because I love the flavor of Scotch bonnet. So I'm going to add in a little bit, just a little bit of Scotch bonnet pepper into it. Not too much. Scotch bonnet gives an amazing flavor, but it can be real spicy. But I found that this pepper sauce is not too spicy. I just need this to start boiling again. So I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit. Okay, so before I add in the ketchup, I'm just going to pour in maybe a teaspoon or so of vinegar. That's that. Stir that in. Now I just went and got a little bit of went and got a little bit of the cornstarch and I'm mixing it out. So I'll put a little bit of that in here just to thicken it up a little bit. I'll add a little bit more. And that is what it's looking like. This is my pineapple and mango sauce that I will be using as a dip for my chicken strips. All right, so it's all done. I've got my sauce here that I just removed from the stove, so I'm going to pour it into my glass container. This is such a flavorful dip. It's really good. Usually I would let it cool down, but I don't have time for that. I'm just gonna go ahead and start eating it. So let me scoop on a little bit of the sauce right here on the side. And I just realized you guys cannot see me. So I'll just scoop on a little bit of the sauce on the side right here. Ha. And some chicken strips that I made earlier. This is what they're looking like. That's what my boys will be eating for lunch with some French fries and a toast. So this is it. Let's do a taste test. Oh my God. This is so good. The only thing is I would have liked to taste a little bit more pepper in it. But besides that, it's so good. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you actually made it this far into the video, I hope you did enjoy watching me prepare this meal for my family. Please go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Whoa. Ooh, mistakes, accidents do happen a lot in the kitchen. Not a big deal. Let's wipe that up real quick. Oh man. Okay.